Hi, my loves, it's Chels, and today I want to talk about abandonment. The reason I want to talk about abandonment is because that's something I've struggled with my whole life. Um, but it's affected me severely in so many ways, in so many relationships, and I want it to stop. I tried to work on it this past year, but I guess for me, some things, some healing journeys don't work as quickly as others. And so I think that I just needed time, space, or focusing on other things. I don't really know. I know that sometimes the way I see it is sometimes we can start a process, not finish it, and after some time we can come back to it refreshed with a new mindset and complete it, right? And I feel like that's with anything in life. But I think that when it comes to healing, this is very important to do with some things because there's some like forgiveness, for example, which is something that another topic I want to talk about. And I will in another video though. Just as forgiveness, sometimes it requires time. Sometimes first you need to think about whether you want to at all. And sometimes you're at a point where you don't want to forgive. And then with time, you realize that you might. And so the same thing with this abandonment wound happened to me, where I felt like I wanted to work through it, but I didn't really know how. And I did go through some, like, a lot of thinking, a lot of trying to figure out where it started. I did figure out where it started, back when I even started the process. But because it ties into forgiveness, I couldn't. And recently, my life has begun to change again. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I am scared at the same time, but because it's changing, I have to keep changing. And one of those things that is really important for me to change right now, regardless of whatever happens in the present or the future, is that abandonment wound, because people will end up leaving. Things are going to be seasonal, and I am okay with that. Some people cannot join you for more than just one season of your life, and I am okay with that, right? But it is hard, right? And it does trigger that abandonment wound when new people come into your life, right? When you want to experience beautiful things because you're afraid that they're going to leave you too. And I don't want to keep the mentality that I've always had, that it's like, well, I have to enjoy it as much as I can now because eventually they're going to leave. And I don't want that mentality because I'm at a point in my life where I don't want people to leave anymore. I want to start building my family. And that means having really close friends, having a really amazing partner, having wonderful kids. I want to start building my community. And that means that I need to let go, stop being afraid, first of all, and let go of that abandonment wound, heal it, so that, things will happen. Life is life, but I don't want to carry that fear, anymore. And so that's what I've been working on this week. And right now I feel good about it. I feel like I'm at a place where it's going really well for me. This healing this wound. Um but if I really put it in perspective, right? Just like I put everything in perspective, the reason it's going so gently right now, right? Is because before when I tried, it wasn't going gently. It was very hard. I didn't want to let go. I felt like I couldn't let go of the fear, right? And it doesn't mean that it's so much easier now. Like it's not like, oh yeah, I'm done healing it. No, like, but it is easier. It is smoother for me, right? It is gentler for me. And I love that for me. Um and I hope that if you feel this way, if you feel like you have an abandonment wound, or if you don't even realize that you have it, I ask you, I implore you to really surrender to the feeling of why you feel that way in the first place. First, that's the first step. Surrender to why you feel that way in the first place. And then over time, figure out, who exactly abandoned you. I say because sometimes we think people abandon us when in reality we abandoned ourselves first, and that I will promise you that that has been my journey as well, because I learned to self-abandon very early because of how I felt abandoned. And so that's another journey, but just wanting to change, just wanting to heal is the biggest, most wonderful step. And I am proud of you if you've ever decided to take it. I am proud of you if you feel like you want to take it. And I implore you to take it. Take that step to healing. Because when you come out in the other side of it, not only will you be proud of yourself, but you will live a more abundant, more freeing, more peaceful life, okay? Much love, much light, and watch my next video. It's going to be about forgiveness. Mwah.